They started on the ground with Eckler, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming out, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Looking deep for Adams. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White, and they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. The Raiders at 7-3 now on the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the heart the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Carr again. And that is incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Carr to throw for on 4th down. And they Hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up, and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 26 and a first down. Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Chargers are on the board first here in Vegas.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long.
Shotgun now for Carr.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Levante David. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
Well, the offense, Charles, they were flirting with disaster, already backed up deep in their own territory. So the interception and the pick six ensued. That was a big play.
It certainly was, and the short field gave him the rare opportunity to take it all the way back and quickly. And once he saw that he had an open field, there's no way he's going to let that opportunity slip away, and finds his way into the end zone.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. He finds Corey Davis. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
That's good for Las Vegas. 1st and 10.
Here's Carr. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
He hits Adams complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Corey Davis from 13 yards out. And the Raiders have cut it back within a score. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that one makes it 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
First down, Chargers.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Rocky Sin. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. This was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, and now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now you've got to go out there and get a spot.
Now the ball comes loose and picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Divine Diablo there to make the stop.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground. Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now it's Herbert. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. Eluding the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Joey Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. And that is caught. It's Davis. It's a big play there for Vegas. 49 yards. A chance now to get even before the break. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Charger drive about to get going. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Herbert on 1st down now. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts.
as he'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And he's going to go down again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as he'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Gerald Everett, 30 yards.
And the Chargers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
The kick is good.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On first and 10, here's Carr.
Oh, looking for water, but this is intercepted.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Chargers in good field position to start out. First and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And this one is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To throw on second and 10, Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Los Angeles.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On first down, Justin Herbert. Flush to his right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
To throw again on second down, Herbert.
That's into the hands of Eckler.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far to scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulting in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Here's A.J. Coldell as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is taken at the 18. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Chargers.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert. And the Raiders have got him. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking...
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, who can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard.
On play action, now Carr. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Now the try here for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
The score, Chargers 31, Raiders 14. Mitch Wishnowsky.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Chargers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Allen. Keenan Allen, 50 yards. And the Chargers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24.
Chargers 38, Raiders 14.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Uncorks one for Davis. And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Raiders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for two. Carr will look to throw. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Play action. It's Herbert. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Herbert. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
You're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on third, and then the tables turn. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Herbert off of play action. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. That's caught at the 1. But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. On first down, it's Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 16 yards right off the bat for a first down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. To try again after the sack.
Herbert. Under pressure, they got him again. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Allen, the man in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time. All right, it's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Carr. It's caught by Davis. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Again, it's Carr. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Here's Jacobs. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. One more time with Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. An extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Charger drive about to get going. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now Herbert. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They're going to pass here with Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Now it's Herbert. And Allen's got it. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Herbert now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now a give running left is Eckler. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Throwing his Carr. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play, they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So, for the Chargers, the playoffs may be out of reach, but the win gets them to 4-8 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.